Hey, what's going on YouTube? For today's video, we are back out on the range, and I'm going to be talking about this guy. This is the H&R Model 732, and it is chambered in a very unique caliber that I didn't know about, that it existed at all. That's this guy right here. This is 32 Smith & Wesson long. Like I said, this is one of those calibers, and one of the things I love about guns in general is I just didn't know it existed, went to the gun store. This was there with a box of ammo, and I learned about an entirely new caliber. Now, this PPU stuff is, to be honest, PPU makes a lot of obsolete cartridges. I don't think any guns are really making 32 Smith & Wesson longs anymore. I could be wrong. Here is a more interesting, if it'll focus, this is a much more interesting, maybe it'll focus, maybe it won't. The bullet is actually in the casing, so this is Magtech's 32 Smith & Wesson long. Supposedly this is better on performance. It actually has the crimp in the back here, and the bullet's in the casing. I have no idea. I'm going to be shooting some steel today. See if there's any difference. I doubt it, to be honest, but or if it is, it's so minute that I can't really tell with this gun. Like I said, this is the Model 732 by H&R. They were recently bought out by Palmetto, so this is a nice, true H&R. I believe this one, I looked up the serial number, I believe it's from the 80s. Pretty cool. It's a 6 shots. To be honest, and as you'll see throughout my videos, I have a lot of big caliber guns, and sometimes these 32, I feel like 32 is kind of obsolete nowadays. Like, they had a big push for it to try to become like a new upcoming cartridge a couple decades ago, and I feel like it kind of fell flat. So I personally like the 32s. I have 32 ACP, 32 Smith & Wesson long. I feel like they're a nice breath of fresh air, very enjoyable to shoot, and this gun is no exception to that. So I guess I will stop talking real quick, and we'll take it on over to the range and show you how it shoots. Alright, so today we're going to be loaded up. I'm going to start off with the PPU. This is 98 grains, and this was, again, the one where the bullet is sticking out of the case. Like I said, I doubt just by at least shooting steel. I mean, maybe if we're going for like long range, or I'm shooting paper, maybe I could see a difference, but we'll try this stuff, and then we'll try that Magtech. Let's load it up with 6 rounds here. Let's see how she does. Right on the money. Perfect. 6 for 6. So, it's a very enjoyable gun to shoot. I mean, like I said, it's about the 80s. I own a lot of guns from the 80s. It just seems like a fun time that they were making guns. Just extremely enjoyable. I could shoot this all day long. As you saw, I mean, I'm what, 10, 15 yards here. I'm nothing crazy, but it's just so enjoyable and actually pretty accurate. So let me load up, let's see here. We're going to load up the Magtech. Like I said, this is the one where the crimp's on the bottom and the bullet is actually in the casing. Supposedly this is for better performance. I don't think there was much of a price difference between the stuff. I mean, I think at the end of the day, there probably is a little bit of a difference. It's probably like adding a cold air intake to your car. Like, there is a difference, but it's so minuscule that I'm not going to be able to tell. But let's try this stuff out and see how it goes. I mean, get those casings out of there. Let me do one. Let me do a side by side here. So the first one we're going to be loaded up with is the PPU, and then the second one we're going to be loaded up with is the MagTech. Okay, so, yeah, let's just try this. If I don't miss. I purposefully missed, that's what happened. Yeah, I didn't feel any kind of difference there. I mean, I could try it one more time, but as you could tell, this is it's just an overall very enjoyable gun to shoot. I mean, like I said, I could load this up all day long, keep putting rounds through it. Let's see here. I'm not a lousy shot, but just overall very, very enjoyable gun. Let's go back to the table. I'll show you how it kind of works, and we'll go from there. All right, so disassembly. Like I said, it's a very weird, if you've never seen this kind of contraption before, you have to actually pull out and down on the cylinder just to pop it out and to load it up. One of the things I love about firearms, especially like Glocks, is you don't need tools. So for this guy, disassembly is this screw right here. Okay, so once you end up unscrewing the screw for 20 years, you can then pop it out and it just comes right out. Like I said, I'm not a personally fan of things that you need tools to disassemble the firearm. Just because, especially when I go to the range and bring a lot of different guns with me, I like very simple takedowns for the cleaning process, because range day is fun, but cleaning afterwards, not so much. So, I mean, that's really the basic breakdown of this, as you can tell. And then on this application over here, you just simply pull out that piece there, and then you're just down to your, just down to the cylinder. And then reassembly, same exact thing. Just kind of, you just pop it in there without the screw, and then screw it down in there. So that's going to be it for today's video. Yes, the screw's loose, I'll get that in a minute, but that's it for today's video. Like I said, I don't think any guns are making, or any new guns are making 32 Smith & Wesson longs. It's just it's definitely a different caliber. Like I said, it's a lot of fun, and sometimes even out of these older guns, it's still pretty accurate, but I wish they made some more 32 guns. I know 32 ACP's kind of still kicking, but not really in the grand scheme of things. And I know they just tried to recently make 30 Super Carry a thing, but there's really not that many guns chambered in it. That's one of the things I see a lot, is people say 30 Super Carry's dead, but the very few guns that they have on the market for it, I don't think it's necessarily the caliber, I think it's the offerings. If Glock tomorrow came out with a 30 Super Carry, I bet you everyone and their brother would have one. But I just love these 30 calibers. Like I said, very fun, very pleasant to shoot. Could shoot these all day. And yeah, just very fun gun. I picked this up for $180 at my local FFL. I don't know why anyone would want to get rid of this thing. It's just a really neat piece of history, and overall pretty fun. So if you like the video, please subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more gun videos. I have a lot of fun stuff behind me, and we will continue to make videos here. Hope you all enjoyed. If you have a firearm you want me to see, please let me know. I can try to make a video with it. And that'll be it for today. Peace.